Welcome everyone. This is the Indian Express of 2nd September 2022 and I will explain this newspaper in 3 steps. First is why the news, second is what is the news, and third one is what can be the future prospects of the news. So let's get started with the first news, which is battling crisis. Sri Lanka secures first IMF OK for $2.9 billion loan with reforms roadmap. So okay, why is this news? Because Sri Lanka is in grave economic crisis. Now what it was trying to seek, now obviously it has got what it want. It was trying to seek an IMF bail. So now what you can see from the headline is that it have got its first IMF OK for $2.9 billion loan. So okay, this loan have been given. What is important is that you should know that if IMF give loan to a country, then it is not like a bank which gives loan and does not have any concern with your private matters and all, but it seriously takes concern of the country's economy and find out the reason as well as solutions and reforms in order to keep that economy in track. Now what is the Lanka's IMF blueprint? It is that major reforms in income tax and VAT. So this is by IMF. Cost recovery based pricing for fuel and power. Now this Sri Lanka have to do. Sri Lanka have to restore market-based foreign exchange rate and have to ensure adequately capitalized banking system, as well as Sri Lanka have to reduce corruption vulnerabilities. Now this is from IMF press release. These are the main key blueprint for Lanka. So this is what I think it was. Now what India there is some India's involvement. As you know, India also have helped Sri Lanka in terms of financial and humanitarian assistance both. Now helps attract investors. Now grateful to India. This is by Sri Lanka. So what are the future prospects? I think this loan will help the Sri Lanka to gain back again on track in terms of its economic recovery, and if the investment and also management of this loan money is being used adequately, then obviously it can get back on track very soon. Now coming to our next news, declare election commission view on Soren, clear the air, JMM and allies to governor. Now this is a new news, so why the news is not that important, what is the news is important. Battling political uncertainty in Jharkhand, an 8-member delegation from the JMM led ruling coalition in the state met Governor Ramesh Bayas on Thursday and submitted a memorandum asking him to clear the air and disclose the election commission's opinion on the eligibility of Chief Minister Hemant Soren to continue as MLA. So the issue is that there is allegation that CM Soren become elected by illegal means. So although Your Excellency is yet to declare the election commission, we will see this in next page. Which is given in conference to you. So okay, this is a bit of government as well as political, both kind of news. So we'll see what is important is that this is important. What is the role of government and what is the role of government as well as election commission as well as governor. These three things are important. So the governor is yet to apprise the state government of election commission's opinion, which was conveyed to him on 25th August, triggering uncertainty over Soren's tenure. On August 26, The Indian Express cited Election Commission sources to report that the commission, in its opinion shared with the governor, found Soren guilty of misusing his position to allot a stone mining lease to himself last year. So, okay, this is also a accusation that he allotted a stone mining lease to himself in the last year, which is 2021, and recommended his disqualification as MLA under the Representation of People Act 1951. Now, the Chief Minister heads the state mining department, and the lease allotment was later cancelled. So, this was the whole case. Now, what the memorandum is about? The memorandum submitted to the governor referred to news reports which cited from Raj Bhavan that CM Soren has been disqualified by the Election Commission. Now, this is being said by what is being said is important. You will appreciate that such news is being sensationalized in the local and national print and electronic media, creating an atmosphere of political uncertainty and encouraging rumors of all hues and so this is about a memorandum. We will see in the future whether this news is true or not, whether he has been using such malpractices or not. We will see in the future. So this was more of a political, you can say, news. Comes next. Okay, so this is also important. India, China, Russia and war games. Now this is a Russia's Vostok 2022. Now this is a you can say practice session which is headed or you can say organized by Russia. It's a strategic exercise. An interesting thing you can say is that it includes India and very interestingly China and also Russia. So last time when this Vostok occurred, the main roles that were played by China and Russia, the main role were played by both these countries, and India was you can say a little bit sidelined. So there were suspension, you can say suspicion that whether India will participate in the Vostok 2022 or not. So this is being cleared that India will participate in 2022. Now why this is important? Because it is you can say very tough decision it was to take part in such exercise, because first Russia is already in war. So the West can link this exercise, and this is a joint military exercise and they will practice such military drills. So the West can have just think that India maybe have gone to the Russian side. But I would like to say that these exercises are planned like it takes planning for more than 2 years when war was not in fact started. So this was a pre-planned exercise. It has no connection with war. And okay, so coming to the details, the week-long war games, so it will be a 1 week strategic exercise which is coming amid Russia's tension with the US over the Ukraine invasion, will be held in the country's far east and the Sea of Japan. More than 50,000 troops will be participating and the number of weapons will be over 5,000. So I told you about this strategic exercise. I think West will not look with vigilant eyes, because these practices are being prepared for more than 2 years. Now this can also be a matter of tension, so we will see. We have to wait for the next news from the West if it comes or not. So this comes the Uttar Pradesh page, then also more of Uttar Pradesh page, then this is Express Network. This is, I'll see if there is some important news. I think all of this is political news. Now coming to this page. Okay, so this news is very important. Prime Minister to commission Vikrant unveil Naval ensign today. So, most awaited, you can say, this aircraft carrier, which is the country's first indigenous, which is India made aircraft carrier, and uh, this will certainly help the Indian Navy to grow to a remarkable level, and this is one of the best achievement till now that Indian Navy have achieved. So looking at this marvelous aircraft carrier, we'll proceed our news. Friday morning will witness two defining moments for the Indian Navy. What is the first? The country's first indigenous aircraft carrier, which is Vikrant, and it will be commissioned as INS Vikrant along with the unveiling of the new naval ensign Nishan. Okay, so there is coming a new kind of naval ensign whose name is Nishan. Now the ceremony will occur at Cochin shipyard in the Kerala's Kochi and will be presided over by the Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi. What Modi have said, I'll tell you the exact statement. Tomorrow, 2nd September, is a landmark day for India's effort to become Atmanirbhar, self-reliant in the defense sector. PM Modi, who is on a 2-day tour of Kerala and Karnataka, he tweeted on Thursday. The first indigenously designed and built aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, will be commissioned. The new naval ensign Nishan will also be unveiled. So, such a proud moment for citizens as well as Government of India. A press statement from PMO, which is Prime Minister's office, issued on Tuesday said that in unveiling the new naval ensign, the PM will be doing away with colonial past, befitting the rich Indian maritime heritage. So, this was also discussed in Panchtantra of 15th August speech from the Red Fort that you have to just get free from the colonial mindset and also from such a you can say submission to in any way you can say. So naval ensigns are the flags that naval ships or formations bear to denote nationality. So this is a basic definition. What is naval ensign? You should know that these are the flags that naval ships or you can say the formations bear to denote the nationality of any country, which is like if it is India, then it will show that. The current Indian naval ensign consists of St. George Cross, which is a red cross with white background and also with the tricolor in one of its corner. Now Vikrant is also known as IAC, which is Indigenous Aircraft Carrier 1, and has been designed by Warship Design Bureau, which is previously known as Directorate of Naval Design, which is a Navy's in-house design organization. Now it was constructed by Cochin Shipyard Limited, it's a company and a public sector shipyard, which is under the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. So it is named after India's first aircraft carrier, which played a vital role in 71 war and it was decommissioned in 97, which is 1997, after more than 35 years in service. So very proud moment. Coming to the word page, so this is about Pakistan. As essentials get dearer in Pakistan, calls to open trade route with India gain space. So why this news? This news is because Pakistan is suffering from immense flood, which are devastating, and it's one of the biggest flood that have ever come to Pakistan. Now what India has done, India has seriously helped Pakistan in with open hearts, you can say, keeping aside all its diplomacy, all its differences and everything aside. Now what is the result? We'll see. Obviously Pakistan have thanked, but what India wants is that we'll see at the statement first, then I will tell you what India wants. So okay, this is about what Pakistan got. So this is import of vegetables and fruits from India. Now what several business chambers have been urging it to import essential items like onion and tomato from neighboring India for the sake of consumers. So, okay, this is about Pakistan. We'll see in terms of what India wants. Now, trade with neighboring countries, especially India, is vital to reduce transportation charges, and that will help provide vegetables and fruits to consumers at cheaper rates. So, Lahore Market Committee Secretary Sehjar Shima had said that government should take the decision to import vegetables and fruits from India as it appears to be the need of the hour. He said imports of vegetables from Iran via Taftan border was not viable as the Iran has increased taxes on its imports and exports. So, okay, the trade, which was you can say a massive problem between India and Pakistan. So now this trade, uh, uh, for the betterment of this trade, now both the countries are calling off. So okay, this will gain pace and this will help both the countries. I think doing humanitarian aid or assistance to anyone is a big deal, and also everyone else should look up to India. Now, UN team to maintain presence at nuclear plant amid shelling. So this is again about the Zaporizhia nuclear plant, which is in Europe. It is one of the biggest nuclear plant in Europe, and it is in grave danger because both Russia and Ukrainians are you can say controlling their military from the nuclear plant and to the nuclear plant also. So what UN wants is that it wants its branch, which is IAEA, National Atomic Energy Agency, to take control of this plant. And now the UN team have arrived, and we'll see most of the team of United Nations inspectors have departed the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant after a short risk visit to assess its safety, leaving behind 5 experts to monitor the plant. So these 5 experts are here in the nuclear plant where shelling has raised the risk of nuclear accident, Ukraine Nuclear Energy Company said. Just 4 hours after the team from IAEA arrived, head of the agency and leader of the mission, Rafael M. Grossi, left Zaporizhia nuclear plant, the Ukrainian company said. 5 members of the team were uploading the equipment that they brought and will continue to be working at plant. So this is a big achievement for, you can say, the whole humanity, because such a grave incident could have happened if none of the institution seek control of it. Now, IAEA has said that the monitors who braved heavy shelling on their journey across the front line in southern Ukraine were going to plant to conduct indispensable nuclear safety and security and safeguard activities. So, what is the main motto? To conduct indispensable nuclear safety, security, and safeguard the activities. Now, their mission included checking on safety system first, second, assessing damage to the plant, and third one is evaluating the staff's working condition. Now this staff is Ukrainian because it was being run by Ukraine, and now what has happened after the war is that Russia took control of this nuclear plant by force. Now as before, so now this is important. Russia said it was Ukrainian artillery that has shelled the sprawling nuclear facility on Thursday, and had also bombarded the route that inspectors took to the plant. Okay, Russia is accusing Ukraine was accusing Russia. So both these accusation game goes on, and this is a good news, I will say, and we will say how these experts work, but a bit of relief has already been given. UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses. So why is this news? I would say because there was, you can say, a ruthless campaign which was against this community, which is Uyghurs, and These are basically mostly the Muslim ethnic groups. So what UN have found out is that UN accused China of serious human rights violations that may amount to crimes against humanity in a long delayed report which has examined a crackdown on Uyghurs and other mostly Muslim ethnic groups. Now Beijing on Thursday denounced the assessment and it said that as a fabrication cooked up by Western nations. So it has accused Western nations that it is all just cooked up by them. Nothing is true. Now we will see how West will react. Now, human rights groups have accused China of sweeping a million, in fact more people from the minority groups, into detention camp where many have said that they were tortured, sexually assaulted and forced to abandon their language and religion. You can see the pictures also, they were very much in the internet. The camps were just one part of what the rights organization have called ruthless campaign against extremism in the far western province of Xinjiang that also included draconian birth control policies and all encompassing restrictions on people's movement. So it's like it remembers us of the Jews Holocaust that occurred in Germany. Now this is another such serious violation of human rights, and it is being said that China, it is being accused, not said, that China wants to just end this whole ethnic community from this whole world, and that's why this draconian birth control policies, it is accused, that has taken place. Now the assessment from the Geneva based UN Human Rights Office largely corroborated earlier reporting by the researchers, advocacy groups and news media, and it added to the weight of the world body to the conclusions. But it was not clear what impact it would have. What report is pretty damning and a strong indictment on China's crime against humanity. This is being said by Rehan Assad, a Uyghur lawyer, whose brother is imprisoned in Xinjiang. So he's not a liar, he's a lawyer. Uyghur lawyer whose brother is imprisoned in Xinjiang. So he is obviously backing this report, and these people are happy. We'll see whether such reports are true or not, but it seems true, I would say. So coming to next, Taiwan and China going on, this is not that much is given here. Coming to the economy page, buoyancy in direct tax collections, if it continues, could cross budget targets. So just a little bit I'll explain. Direct tax collections are showing good buoyancy so far till the end of the August, with net collections at 4.8 lakh crore rupees, having achieved one third of the budget target for the financial year 22-23. This is being said by Center Board of Direct Taxes Chairman Nitin Gupta, and now this is the interview, and he said that if it continues, it could cross the budget targets. So good for India. Now, okay, this is all private news. Coming to the explain page, here comes the major news. I already told you about this in short, that this is the INS Vikrant, and coming today, Vikrant the Courageous. Okay, this page is also very beautifully designed, I would say, and this ship, this carrier looks immensely strong and powerful. Okay, the commissioning of India's first indigenously designed and manufactured aircraft carrier will mark a defining moment in the history of Indian Navy. INS Vikrant, the namesake and a successor to the nation beloved first aircraft carrier. So I told you that it was named in the name of the first aircraft carrier which was used in 1971 war. With a catapult India to select club of the world's great naval power. So okay, when fully operational, INS Vikrant will be capable of operating an air wing consisting of 30 aircraft. So big deal. Which is the aircraft, I will say the name: MiG-29K fighter, Kamov 31 helicopter, MH-60R, ALH, LCA. And what is the power? The ship is powered by 4 gas turbines, which is totaling 88 megawatt power. What is the performance? Top notch speed 28 knots and cruising speed is 18 knots, enduring 7,500 nautical miles. Large space, obviously, and also good looking interior, hospital, aviation hangar. Great achievement by India, I will say. 14 decks also there, including 5 in the superstructure. So okay, these are the main features, and I'll look if something is new here. So this I already told you that it was named after 1971 war used. Now the Vikrant word, if you're interested, that which means courageous or stepping beyond, appears in the various scriptures including first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and the same chapter contains the word Virat, which means magnanimous, which became the name of the Navy's second now decommissioned aircraft carrier. The new Vikrant will carry the motto of its predecessor, which is Jayama Sam Yutti Spruddha, which is an expression that appears in the Rig Veda, and what it means is that we conquer those who fight us in the war. Great line. When fully operational, INS Vikrant will be India's air base on the blue oceans and act as a powerful deterrent against enemies. Now design and construction, I told you this is the design and construction. You can see in the picture its width, length and everything, displacement. This is also here given, and approximate cost is 20,000 crore here. So nothing new here. This comes an end to the newspaper, and you can read this newspaper